All right. Hello, everybody. We're back again, this time with Dan. Dan, if you want to say a few words.
What up?
All right. So, before we get started, if you guys can hit the like button, subscribe and share, that helps a lot. All right. So yeah, man, I wanted to get started on the how ridiculous that trailer for Battlefield. I mean, you saw that was the highlight for me, man.
Yeah. No, it's definitely pretty cool. Definitely excited about that. I'm excited about like a lot. Like I know E3 is like dead, but like there's some stuff to be excited about this weekend.
What is C3 this weekend?
Yeah.
What?
So I was just looking up the schedule now. Um, so boo 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 boo. So today was the Summer Game Fest. We'll talk about the Elden Ring trailer. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was something else.
The 12th is Ubisoft Forward. So we'll probably see some Far Cry 6 and VR Assassin's Creed, and maybe there's a Splinter Cell game. I don't know. Devolver, so maybe we'll see a Fall Guys. We saw a little bit of Fall Guys stuff, and some Hotline Miami or whatever Devolver does. Gearbox, that's the Borderlands people. And then Xbox on the 13th. That's what, Sunday?
Yeah.
Xbox, and that's rolled in with Bethesda because Xbox purchased Bethesda. And
So that means it's not gonna be on the Elder Scrolls 6 will be on PlayStation.
I don't think we're gonna get a trailer for that. That's a game that's still 3 years out.
They're hyping it a lot, man. I've been seeing.
I think we see like Starfield first before. That's the original whatever game that they're working on.
Okay, so Starfield is supposed to be like a No Man's Sky type of game, right?
Yeah.
There's like I forgot the name of this other one. It's like another like Starfield type of game, but it's being like it's being like funded by people, and it's kind of like a scam.
Oh, okay.
I mean, no, but I mean the game is like supposedly it looks legit and everything, man. But it's just like never coming out.
Huh.
I forgot what the name of.
Yeah, you have to let me know.
Star Citizen, maybe. That's. Yeah, I think that's the one. Star Citizen. Yeah, this is the one that's been like in development for like years, and I think they raised $500 million, man, and it's still like not even like close to being finished.
So it's just a scam.
Yeah, well, they put out a lot of crazy trailers and stuff like that, so I don't know. I found that pretty impressive. So it'll be interesting if if they release that other game faster
maybe,
than them,
maybe they'll have a trailer for that, but I would assume that they'll probably have a trailer for their own stuff. Probably a new Halo Infinite trailer, which.
Oh wow, I didn't know they were developing Halo.
Yeah, so they actually had a trailer. It's supposed to be already out, but it got delayed. Well, actually, I think it was supposed to come out in November or something like that, but it got delayed because like the trailer was just very, very bad. And like everything that happened in the pandemic, they kind of got screwed. And so Microsoft owns like a ton of very tiny studios. So we'll definitely see. You'll watch that whole show and be like, wow, I never knew that Microsoft had so many game studios that they control, but they do, and they control them cheaply, and they put everything on their Game Pass. Every new game that Microsoft shows is on Game Pass. I think that's their shtick.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, man, because I'm like, for the ownership of the game, right? Like, how does that work?
So I don't think that you own you have the time to play the game. I don't think that you own the game outright. It's not like a PlayStation, but I've never had a game that's gone off of Game Pass, really.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that I have to. Oh, sorry, I have to look into that, man. That's all right. So you said when did you say it was again? Starting again
What's that?
The showcase, the days for the.
So yeah, so the 13th is Sunday. So that's Xbox, Bethesda. That's at 1, and then at 3:15 is going to be Square Enix. I think they're going to show their new Marvel game, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'd be
Nice.
surprised if they didn't mention like Final Fantasy remake or
16.
16,
Yeah.
because
I'm
like
excited for that one, man. 16.
yeah, and definitely you should be, because it looks cool and it's made by the producer that didn't make 15 or 13 or 7. Uh,
You have a personal vendetta against that guy, man.
yeah. But I mean, really, it's just it's I like what most of the like the Final Fantasy community seems to really enjoy the story work that's happened in Final Fantasy 14, which is an MMORPG.
Yeah.
And then the 14th is Capcom, Take-Two, some Razer stuff. And then the 15th, that's Tuesday, is Nintendo's Direct.
On Tuesday, that's the big one. Everybody's hyped for, right?
Yeah. And if I had to guess, we probably see a Metroid Prime mention. I would assume that
More than a logo.
they have to show some gameplay. It's been 3 years since they talked about it even.
I love trolling the fucking Nintendo fans, man. They're so funny, man.
Yeah.
I keep getting suspended from, from one of the forums because I just called them out on their nonsense,
It's just they're not gonna do what you want them to do.
Yeah.
Like I would bet we get a Metroid Prime reveal and maybe even a release date, but I bet we have no mention of Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah. Oh, you don't think so?
I don't.
Yeah.
Just because like if Nintendo went out of its way to talk about the delay, that means it's delayed.
Yeah.
That means it's like it's gonna be like they did that for Metroid Prime, and it's been 3 years. Now it's not gonna be 3 years for Breath of the Wild 2, but
Oh yeah. Well, at least they show some but they might show some gameplay. It's the same game basically.
So the other thing too is that like I thought Nintendo was going to release their Switch Pro beforehand. I was talked about by a lot of like industry people that was going to happen this week, and it never did.
That's why I would like make topics about this. Specifically, people will get angry with me. I'm like, they're not gonna show anything, man. Like these guys, like they never keep to their word.
They're going to show a lot of their like indie developers. But I assume this is a big one for them. I mean, like this is a direct that's not, it's centrally located. They didn't have to take an E3 direct, but they did. And they announced it not a day before, like Nintendo always does. They announced it like 3 weeks ahead of time. And that's like a big, they're planning a big 45-minute direct, and they have a Treehouse direct after, which means that they're going to show 3 big games, probably Metroid Prime 4, maybe another game. I don't know. Probably a Smash character.
There were some rumors that perhaps they was going to show like Mario Kart 9.
I don't know. I think they'll just reserve that for the next season, next console.
But I can guarantee you they're gonna sneak in like 2 or 3 like cheap, easy games that they always put out, like some Yoshi or some like Kirby.
Yeah, I could see that being like one of the early games in the direct,
or like some cheap like Mario Party like deluxe or some bullshit like that.
One of the ones I think a lot of Nintendo fans, not just Nintendo fans, but like fans in general, have been asking is the Hollow Knight sequel. I kind of wonder if that's something that, because like Nintendo's like Hollow Knight broke out because of the Switch, and because it was a very accessible game on the Switch. So Silksong has gotten a lot of publicity, maybe affected by the pandemic. Maybe that could be a game that you see. I don't think you see another Mario game yet, but I could see them bringing aboard like a big port. Maybe Atlas lets them port Persona 4 or something, or I don't know.
You don't think the Switch could handle the fifth one?
Maybe it could. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
like
maybe they do like a collection type thing. Maybe they bring like a few Final Fantasy games over, or, something like that. You know, stuff that's easy.
Yeah. I bought Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I mean the first one, definite the first Xenoblade.
The remade one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to playing that. I haven't started yet. I've been playing more Breath of the Wild. Such a great game.
I was waiting outside of the doctor's office, and I had my Switch with me, and I realized I was missing one shrine, so I brought up my phone because I just like when you look at the map, you're just like, I've gotten all of these.
Yeah.
So I finally figured out the one I was missing, and that game is like you're never completely done with that game.
How many hours do you have of gameplay?
Like 150 or something like that, but that's just on my Switch. And I played the game originally on the Wii U. My brother lent me the game on the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think the Wii U game version is better.
Yeah, because of the
map.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense to have the you have the big screen, and then you can just watch the TV,
The Wii U is a trash system in general, but that game on the Wii U is pretty great. That game in general is just great.
Are you gonna get the Skyward Sword?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll maybe.
Stop buying games, man.
That's one of my fatal flaws is I always buy games that I already have.
Yeah.
Like I already have Skyward Sword. I don't need to buy it again.
But it's HD, man.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. That's another thing too. I buy a lot of re-released collections. Yeah. I bought Mass Effect's Legendary Edition this past 2 weeks ago.
Wait, the trilogy that just wow, it came out already.
Mm-hmm. And if you've never played the Mass Effect games, have you ever played the Mass Effect
No,
games?
Never.
You should. I mean, they're like do you ever play Knights of the Old Republic?
No, but I heard like very good things about that game.
Yeah, so BioWare has a very specific type of the way that they do games. So it's like they want you to kind of create your own story by your dialogue choices.
Yeah.
And so that decides, what happens in the story, who you romance on the team, what decisions you make, who you want to die. Do you want someone to die? You don't have to make them die.
Wow.
And so that's like, it's a very dialogue choice based game. And in addition to that, it's like an over the shoulder shooter game.
Yeah.
So it's pretty basic on that end. The gameplay has always been pretty basic, but I think people really enjoy the story because it really does feel very big, even though it's not that big. And it's like what if you played the video game version of Star Trek?
Yeah, it looks like a space odyssey kind of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you get a lot of very like Pulp Fiction-y sorts of things where like you walk in to a room and literally anything can happen with that person that you could trigger a whole story event. There was I'm playing Mass Effect 2 now, I finished one, where you walk into a bar and the bartender offers you a drink. You can drink it, you pass out, you can say, all right, I'm fine, whatever. You can go back to the bartender and shoot him in the fucking head like he deserves. You could just choose not to take the drink, whatever. Yeah. You could spare the bartender even though he poisoned you. There's just a lot of different ways that you can take apart the situation, and also it's got some actors in it, like some real people in it, like Keith David and
I heard there was like a lot of controversy for because there's three of them, the original, right? The trilogy. I heard the Andromeda ones. That's the one where people were angry, right?
yeah. So Andromeda is not very good, and a lot of people don't really love the ending to Mass Effect 3. But outside of that, Mass Effect 2 is really really good. I'm enjoying replaying it. It's awesome.
Wow, nice, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I might have to give it a try, man. It
I'll
just
lend it to you if you want.
what do you have it for? Or
PS4.
PS? Oh, you got it. You got the actual physical copy. I might, bro.
Because I was see, that's the advantage of having the physical copies, is you get to play the gambit of, I can trade
Yeah,
in my game. I traded in my Persona 5 Strikers game for the Switch, so I could get this game, and it was only like $15. That's the gambit that you run with the physical copy.
yeah. No,
Now,
that's.
Nintendo has like some sort of reward system that you get
Mhm.
coins for every purchase, and I've used it to purchase games before, but
Yeah.
they'll probably give you less value even than GameStop.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of GameStop, man, I sold my GME share.
Do you make money on it?
I lost $30.
Hey, it's better than losing the whole thing.
Yeah, it's better than fucking, I'm not gonna say how much I paid. I bought it in, but I paid like a high price for it. And then like it like skyrocketed this week. So I'm like,
You rolled the roller coaster.
yeah, I'm selling this shit. Because
Fair enough.
I don't I think it's gonna I think it's just gonna like go down and that's it.
One day it's just gonna go down because it's a bad company.
Yeah, like it's not like
You know what I
real
mean?
right now. Yeah, like, it's gonna go down to like what it's supposed to be, kind of. But yeah, man, I'll see. I'm in the middle of starting Resident Evil 3, like just starting it because I beat Resident Evil 2. I'm gonna
You're talking about the remade version?
yeah,
How do you like it thus far?
I haven't started it yet.
Oh, not at all. Okay.
No, it's just like I've been working on some things, and any gaming that I've been doing is just Breath of the Wild because I can just grab it and pick it up.
So that's the
And
amazing part of that game. You can literally
yeah,
just grab it and pick it up and
just grab it and pick it
keep
up. I'm
playing
like,
it.
all right, so where did I leave it?
I always turn it on and I'm like, where am I? And then I'm always like, what am I wearing now?
It would be cool if Sony came out with like a game, like a Switch.
Didn't they announce a Sonic game today?
A
I
Sonic,
swear.
a new Sonic game?
Yeah, I swear I saw a tweet or something. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Could be fake news, bro.
Could be.
But I love that about the Switch, like how you can just like, oh, I lay down on the couch for like 5 seconds and then I'm just like, all right, let's see, like, play for like 5 minutes, 5, 10 minutes, and then, continue working or doing whatever I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
But what did you say? Like, there's like a new Sony game or Sonic?
I'm looking for whether or not it could be just fake news that I saw.
Okay.
Most recent. No, I don't see anything. I swear I saw it on Twitter. Could be seeing shit, man.
It could be what?
I'm seeing shit. I don't know.
Okay. Well, how about the Elden Ring trailer though?
Yeah. Have you ever played a From Software game?
I'm pretty sure I have because I've seen the logo a
Dark
few times.
Souls or
Oh, it's Dark Souls. Any other? No,
Dark Souls,
I never played Dark
Bloodborne,
Souls.
Sekiro.
Oh
Um,
no.
there's another one I'm forgetting. Yeah, I mean, I played. I started Bloodborne and then I stopped because it's just a brutally difficult game.
I can't play
And
hard games, bro. I
it's
know
like
they're
that.
rewarding. Yeah, they're rewarding, but it's just like
It's From Software's games are very, very brutally difficult.
Do you think this
And
one is gonna be like that too?
oh yeah.
Because I love the style and it looks like Lord of the Rings, kind of, you know?
Yeah, and it looks like what if Lord of the Rings was produced by From Software. And it's written by George R. R. Martin and the
Really?
From Software team. Yeah.
Wow.
So it creates a very,
Dude,
I don't know.
it looks epic, man. This
Yeah.
is for me, it's gonna be a day one, 100%, man, you know?
Yeah, and ultimately it's one of those where I guess I better finally finish Bloodborne before I play this game to just kind of, remember what it's like to play a From Software game because they're tough. Now,
Yeah.
Dark Souls might be a good like broach in for you before you play this game, just because that's a classic game and that's familiarizing yourself with the style of that
Of
company.
yeah. I love the world, man. The world looks, because that's the thing, you know, Dark Souls and those other games, Bloodborne and stuff like that. I really didn't like the art style, but I guess this is like more like Lord of the Rings kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely a fantasy world, and I think that it looks very interesting. I'm gonna play it. I hope that George R. R. Martin, is able to like coherently articulate a real story in this. Cause I'm serious.
Yeah.
Just because I don't think that From Software games stories have ever been very good. I think that most of the game's strengths are its battle
It's
system,
the gameplay.
bosses,
Yeah.
its gameplay, its
Dude,
gameplay.
dude, I'm looking at this game, but I think the footage I'm seeing is probably like Series X or PS5. It looks amazing, man. The
Yeah, that's going to be one of the first games that I feel like you're going to need a new next generation system to
yeah,
play. And that's going to start becoming the norm. The end of this year into next year, that's when you're going to start to see
the difference,
some of
right?
these like isn't Horizon Forbidden West going to come out sometime later this year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but to be honest, that game, bro, it looks like, I mean, it's very impressive, but it still looks like more of the same, you know?
Which
It
should be. I
looks,
mean, the first game was a success.
yeah, yeah, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, you know, you don't see like too much of like a graphic update, I guess, you know?
I
It's
don't
not.
know. When I watched the trailer, I thought, man, like
You're
this
like
is this is
impressed.
this
Yeah.
is a game that this is a next generation video game, and I don't know. It probably, like I said, I don't have a PS5 yet. I probably will buy one, end of this year and the next year, and that's going to be one of the games that I get it for.
Well, if you're
But
able to
also,
get one,
I
right?
still haven't played Horizon, you know, Zero Dawn, so I better play that game too.
Yeah. Well, if you're able to get your hands on it too, right? On the
Yeah,
PS5.
I hope that Sony does a better job with its
Me and Sal were
manufacturing.
talking about it yesterday, you know. Um, we were like, I feel like it could be like you know, sometimes they do like a scarcity just to, it's like a marketing technique, right? To like
Could
create
be,
like
yeah. I
buzz and
mean,
stuff like that.
I mean,
So
like the demand is there.
yeah,
I mean, so maybe that's how they keep their price up at $500 every.
yeah.
You know, I think that maybe there was some skepticism, but at the same time, Sony's got its base, and I think that there's plenty of people that are willing to buy a $500 PlayStation in comparison to a $2,000 computer.
Yeah. Well, that's what me and Sal were talking about yesterday. You know, he was saying like how there's like a chip shortage right now. So perhaps that's the reason why, you know, it's hard to get a, you know, a PS. That's why I think like Nintendo's not gonna release like a Switch Pro, man, because there's like a big scarcity of that, right?
Could be, but I mean, I think they really want to sell more. This is like that mid console generation shit that companies always do. Xbox did it with,
Yeah.
the Xbox X or whatever, and the
Yeah, what was
PlayStation 4 Pro. Yeah, whatever.
it?
So I mean, ultimately, this is what companies do. It's not exactly like Nintendo, but it's something that I think they want to do to try and capitalize and maybe extend the Switch generation.
Yeah.
Because the Switch has been wildly successful. I mean, like
It's for me, man, it's like one of the best systems I ever had, you know?
it combines the two things that Nintendo was really, really good at in their
Yeah.
heyday, which is mobile video games, the Game Boy,
Mhm.
and it's surprisingly simplistic gameplay.
Yeah.
And you know, maybe even a third thing of what they learned from the Wii and the Wii U is using motion controls to drive your gameplay.
Yeah, I like the I like the HD Rumble. I feel like that's like a very cool concept, but I haven't seen it being implemented like properly yet, you know?
And we talked a lot about Breath of the Wild today. That
Oh
moment
yeah.
where you went into a shrine and you're like, how the fuck do I do this puzzle? And you turn over the switch, and like the
Yeah.
ball, which was on the maze, all of a sudden just goes to a flat surface. So you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I could just turn it towards there, and you're like, that's a
Yeah.
completely different way to think about puzzle solving.
Yeah. That was epic. That
Yeah.
I thought that was like really smart, you know?
Yeah, you
Uh
get done with that shrine and you're like, wow, that's so cool.
no, I think there's gonna be like new ways of gameplay, man. Like, you know, we were like, especially in the future, you know, with VR and everything. Me and Sal were talking yesterday about like, for example, you know, when you there's this game where like one person, right, has the VR headset. So perhaps you own a VR headset and me and Sal and some people don't.
Yeah,
So, but we can still play, right? So the way this game works is like, you know, you're like a giant person or like enemy. You have the VR headset, so you can see us, everything, and we are just playing with the controller, you know. So we're only seeing like first person view.
that I think could be pretty cool. Using the
Yeah,
VR as sort of like a mechanic in your gameplay and let other people play the game as it was normally intended.
yeah, but
That's
that's what
sort of like an extension of like the game.
yeah, that's what this game. We saw the trailer, we saw the gameplay yesterday, and I was like, that's genius, you know. So I think like there's like a way to kind of like implement that kind of stuff, right, for people. Because I know heads. I went to the mall today. They're not that expensive. They're like $200 for like a nice like a Oculus, I think, or maybe it
So
was like a Facebook headset.
yeah, so Oculus is the Facebook headset.
Okay,
I'm not a big fan of that, but whatever. Oculus is supposedly the cheaper one, right? And
why
that's
not, man? You don't wanna give Mark Zuckerberg your data? Is that why?
I'm always on the fence about just completely eliminating my Facebook altogether.
Yeah, that's what Sal was saying yesterday too. I mean, for me, I'm like, all right, I don't care about Facebook. Like, it's like a good for me. It's just good for messaging people, you know, because I have a lot of people
It's
there.
good for me to turn on and be like, what's going on with the people I knew 10 years ago to
Yeah,
see, at this point, we're getting to the point where a lot of them are having kids, a lot of them are
getting married.
getting married, buying a dog,
Yeah, you know,
sharing memes. That's
yeah.
what I'm there for.
That's basically what I use it for, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like meme, bullshit, 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 you know, because it's like it's not a place where you want to bring in and be like talk about politics or about your problems, you know.
It is not.
Like that should be the two things that you should like have a rule, you know. Like we'll ban your ass if you talk about politics or social or what's the other one? Your personal problems or gossip, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's what it that would be somewhere to start. But yeah, man, I think that I like that, man. You know, you're like fighting the other people. You're like trying to like kill them and stuff like that, and then the other
I think
people are
it's a
like
cool
shooting you.
concept. It's one of those that I think like, you know, maybe it's the specialized game, the type of game that you see like I don't know, like Half-Life released a VR version that's a sequel of their franchise, which I thought was weird. But you get to that helps them explore opportunities that you couldn't in previous iterations. So
Yeah,
pretty cool.
man. I want to get a VR headset now, but I'm like probably wait until the PS5 comes out with one. I'm sure they will, right?
I
Oh my
assume
God.
so. Maybe the VR is already compatible with PS5 currently. I have no idea.
Dude, I'm looking. I have the thing like the GameStop going, and no, I just saw right now, man. They have like they're gonna come out with like a Metal Slug, like Advanced War style. Did you see that?
Yeah, so I
Dude,
saw
that
that and
looks
I saw
fucking
it's kind of
epic.
like a roguelike or something.
Is it
Um,
roguelike?
I think that's what they said.
Because I'm like, I'm angry, man. I used to fucking love Advance Wars. Yeah, it looks like Advance Wars.
Oh, yeah, it does. Huh.
Oh, that'd be good if if it's good, Because Nintendo completely fucked up. They just like didn't care about Advance Wars anymore, man.
They'll use a franchise and then that's that.
I hope they surprise like people, with like,
What do you think Nintendo's gonna do next week?
well, ideally, this is what I would like, This is like
What's your wish list?
this is me, all right? This is
Yeah.
me. Number one, I would like them to like do like a full remake plus a sequel of Skies of Arcadia.
Okay.
That would be like my thing.
Unlikely, but we'll say.
I know it's a Sega game, right? It's like a Sega franchise, but it would be cool to, because it would be like cool for the Switch, I feel.
Yeah, it's a Sega franchise. I think they would need to Sega would need to pioneer it with one of the studios that it owns. But I mean, so that would be the sort of thing that maybe Nintendo could announce during their direct, but it'd be more of like it'd be released cross-platform type thing.
Yeah, and I'll be even fine with that. But besides that, like I would like to see the Golden Sun, like a Golden Sun 3D remake. The
Or
Golden
like
Sun.
even just a Golden Sun game would rule.
Yeah, like a Golden Sun game. I thought the story of that game back then when I first played it, I think that got me into conspiracies.
I loved Golden Sun was great. Even the sequel was great too.
Well, I mean, they're connected, the first and the second game, they're both one big game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the story of that game is basically, like how the elemental powers and even in the game there's like, oh, they talk about this ancient civilization that existed before. And everybody's like, oh, that's bullshit. It's like a
To
clan.
me, it always just sounded like that's an RPG story.
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps that's where like but it's kind of related to Atlantis, right? And how we think Atlantis never existed, and then like in the game it's actually like a real place and they're just hiding and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I don't know. I thought that whole concept, man, and civilizations. I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking cool. They have like a Japan type of civilization there too
Yeah.
living. So I don't know. That's I love that series, man. Especially for like when you're like a kid, makes you like develop your mind. I feel like in a way.
Yeah. I certainly love it if they did either a remake or like a sequel type thing. Just acknowledge the existence of Golden Sun. There's a bunch of things that like they could acknowledge, but don't.
Yeah, and also F-Zero, man. I would love to see like an F-Zero game.
You're totally right about that. I think that's a bit wishful thinking that they'd ever do that, but you know, you never know.
I played the GX, the last one, man. I played that one. I was like doing the challenges and stuff like that, man. The I thought that was amazing. What else? Another. I'd like to see. I don't know, man. From them. That's about it. It looks. I think the
Do you,
F-Zero
do you
Advance Wars.
do you think that they talk about Metroid Prime 4?
They're still hiring people. I will get my topics, my discussions deleted from that website because I'm like, how are these people still hiring people, man? To like work on the game.
So you think now?
And people will just like mark me to like get my shit deleted. I think they'll show like a trailer. I think they'll show
Yeah.
a trailer.
Yeah,
But
I think I'm with like a very short trailer. I could see them doing towards
like
the
a
end.
10-second, just
Yeah,
to
towards
people
the end of the
people lose
session.
their mind or something like that.
Yeah.
But
As always with these directs, like I always think that we in our minds think that this 45 minutes is going to be them displaying 10, 15 big projects. And the reality is there's usually one or two big projects and maybe a Smash fighter, right? They
and,
still have two to go, right? In the
and then
Smash.
the rest of the thing is like showing like 20 minutes of gameplay of the new Kirby game, or like
Yeah,
some bullshit, like you could tell like it was like a quick cash in.
sure can. What do they
uh
do they have room on their DLC left? Smash. Smash website. Yeah, they have two more challenger packs. They released Min, Steve and Alex, Sephiroth, and Pyrrha and Mithra.
they're gonna release some bullshit like some
No,
like
this is the one I'd actually like bet that they have like a real character lined up for.
yeah.
Like, I don't think it'll be Master Chief,
Oh,
but
that'd be pretty.
but
There's like a
like or
rumor going
Doom
on,
Guy
right?
or something like that. I
Yeah.
think that like what they would probably do, and I think it would be funny, but I think it's probably what they'll do is they'll make it Waluigi.
Waluigi? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
and
cool.
it's like you can't believe that that guy's not on Smash. He's in fucking everything else. He's in Mario Kart. He's in Mario Party. There's only fucking 10 characters in Mario
Dude,
Party.
even Piranha Plant is there.
Yeah,
An
like there's a
enemy.
fucking piranha plant.
A fucking
So
a bullshit
yeah,
like enemy, the
so like a Waluigi or something like that. Maybe I'll say Waluigi or Sora from Kingdom Hearts
Oh yeah, Sora would be pretty cool.
because I feel like they love like he loves to put in like
Zippers.
sword
Zippers.
people. I don't think they'd ever add another Fire Emblem person, so hopefully not.
They'll find the most like, character that appear for like 5 seconds in Fire
Yeah,
Emblem and just be like, oh wow.
there's fucking 8 of them, but we need another one.
There's 8.
I think there's like
Oh
6
my
or something like
God.
that. Hold on, there used to be a list.
That was Thor, right?
Fighters. All
That was
right,
Thor then.
here it is. What are you talking about?
That was Thor.
Yeah, it's Thor.
Okay, cool.
Display by series. Okay, here we go. Super Mario, Metroid, blah 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 blah. Fire Emblem. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And just for reference, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 from Super Mario.
Oh wow.
There's 9 characters from Super Mario.
But
Waluigi's not one of them.
and Waluigi is not one of them. Well, he's like in Mario Kart. What else is he on the Mario Party?
But
Yeah.
the Zelda franchise, their most like I don't know, maybe Mario's their most commercial successful franchise, but like Zelda's has to be up there, right? There's
Yeah.
6 Zelda characters, 6.
Well,
Right, regular Link, Sheik, Zelda, She can
Well,
build her.
speaking of Zelda, then do you have Hyrule Warriors?
Yeah, I played it for a little while. So I played Age of Calamity. I never played the original one.
Yeah, Age
Um,
of Calamity.
yeah, I played it for a little while. I did not like it.
Wow, I saw footage the other day or yesterday perhaps, and I was like, man, I've been talking so much shit about this game, and it looked amazing, man.
It looks like Breath of the Wild, right? And then
Looks like Breath of the Wild, but it has like a lot of different ways to play it. I thought
but
it was
it's
only like hacking, but it's
but it
not.
is. It is. It's just like you're hacking and slashing with you. You're hacking and slashing with Zelda, and you're hacking and slashing with like
Well, at a
you use
spoiler alert, I don't know if you saw, but you can get on the beast and like start shooting shit. I thought it was kind of cool, man.
I don't know. It just wasn't for me. Like the appeal of Breath of the Wild, right? The appeal of that game is it's puzzle solving, it's exploratory searching,
Yeah.
it's all that. It's the same map. They took the map and made a hack and slash game out of it. But
Is it
you're pretty
really
much
that big?
it's the same map. It's just you it's like go over here and kill some enemies. Okay. All right, now you can switch and be Zelda. Go over here and kill some enemies. Okay. That's the game.
Hmm.
It's the whole game. Like at least Persona's version of that game was a little bit more story heavy and
Yeah.
the things that I think that are successful in the Persona series.
Oh wow. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I saw it and I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool, man. But
My brother got it for me for Christmas, and I enjoyed playing it for a little while. But
yeah.
then it gets I don't know, gets old.
Yeah, like it's not like perhaps it's not like a proper action game. Like,
Not the one for me.
yeah. Elden Ring though, that looks
That's the one. Like I said, I'm gonna go and play Bloodborne and try and get back into the swing of it.
you're
But
gonna
I will complete Bloodborne.
you're gonna get on the hype train for Elden Ring
Oh
then?
yeah, I mean, like, I feel like if they're gonna like, first off,
The
every From Software game is like always in the top echelon of games that year. I mean, Sekiro won Game of the Year 2 years ago,
yeah,
right? And you might say that's a weak year, but still, Sekiro is a pretty good game.
yeah. Dude, I love when like people would like, when people would hype games on the message boards. That was the best, man. People
See,
would like,
see, and Elden Ring, I could see being one of those games like Cyberpunk was
no,
two
no,
years
don't
ago.
say that, Dan. I don't think
Because
I'm on the
no,
train.
I mean
Elden Ring.
like in the terms of hype, like
Oh, okay, okay.
because the label From Software is just as successful as CD Project Red. I could see the fans of that label being very excited about this franchise, almost to the point of like militant behavior regarding the franchise. So, and like Elden Ring was also like one of those trailers that you saw 5 years ago that you're like, well, this game's never getting made. Just because George R. Martin's name is attached to the project, and we've been waiting years and years and years for Windsor Winter, and it still hasn't come out.
Well, now you can see why.
Yeah. And it's a good thing too. And you know what? That's probably good for him. I hope that he took the knowledge that he learned from the failure of the end of the TV series to
That was the worst, man.
rethink his strategy.
Yeah, that was the worst, man.
It was
The way
very
they
bad.
ended it.
I rewatched it. I rewatched it last month, and man, I can't remember a series that so colossally fucked up its ending, so much to the point that the series, like even its sequel series, is completely uninteresting, unappealing
Yeah,
to me because the ending of Game of Thrones was so bad.
yeah. The first 4 seasons were the best, man.
I might even contend the first 6 seasons were really, really good. Like
I think
even the stuff beyond George R. R. Martin's books, he clearly had like outlined plot lines that I thought were really cool. It's just that shit that you got to in season 7. You got Daenerys on her way to take the Iron Throne. She's in Westeros.
yeah,
Jon Snow's in the north, and the ideas from there were just not good.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see like it's like, oh, how the hell did they get from here to there? Like just a lot of not like yeah, plot holes. I guess
It's yeah,
that's the right word.
it's just like you see that it takes Danny like 6 seasons to get to Westeros, but once she gets there, all the plot lines just continuously just pile up and fly, and they're just like they're not well thought out, or they lack all the dialogue choices. Like in previous seasons, they ask for to go fetch a character, and that character would pop up 3 episodes later. In season 7, they pop up in the same episode, even like 10 minutes apart. They'd be like, "So you needed me, right?"
Yeah. Yeah, man. It'd be cool. Well, it'd be cool if they like just redid the last 2 seasons, man.
They won't do
Yeah. Maybe, man. Nah.
no, because then they'd have to basically recast the whole crew. I mean,
I hope that the well, I heard bad things already about the Lord of the Rings Amazon series.
I don't know what to think of that.
Well, I mean, I feel like they're going for that where they do like they envision so much into the future, that they cast characters and stuff like that, and then they're like, yeah, you might be like some like small character now, but like in fucking 5 seasons, 6 seasons, you're gonna be like this like big player, right? Because dude, they're putting the. I was looking at the budget, how much they're spending on that. On that, it's like the most expensive TV show ever.
Yeah, they're
And
spending a lot.
but look, I saw the other day like there's already like there's big trouble because one of the guys that's like one of the main characters, bro, he left the show. He got into an argument with some of the people there, and so for like some like I guess like story vision differences, he left.
It's never a good thing when you see
So
that. You're always like, now there's going to be continuity errors. You saw that a lot with, and I'm a big fan of this series, Star Wars, when
yeah, oh
you started to see some of the
yeah,
characters, like the directors constantly flip around,
yeah,
and they just throw another person on the project. That's going to cause issues with the
yeah,
vision. And you saw, like, when you have a great vision like you do with, like, say, The Mandalorian, show's excellent, everything about that show's excellent, and you see like the sequel trilogy where you got Abrams and then Ryan Johnson, and then back to Abrams to fix everything that Ryan Johnson did.
disaster, man,
Just
disaster.
not a good thing. I actually
Yeah.
thought that The Last Jedi was fine. I actually kind of like The
Well,
Last Jedi,
the first like 40 minutes were great.
but everything after, like, everything in episode 9 is just very bad. Just very bad.
No,
Like,
I kind of like the first like 40 minutes or 30 minutes. I was like, oh man, they like turned things around, like the main character wasn't like too much of like a hero, just kind of like chilling back and like,
I
and
kind of
then
like the Luke Skywalker being the anti-hero type guy, but
yeah.
that old man, he's like, you don't get us.
It was I haven't seen it, man. Like I only saw it one time and I almost like not cried, but I feel like what a bunch of BS, like what Star Wars turned into. I
I don't know.
like the I like the oh, you're talking about the Last Jedi or the
I think Last Jedi is fine, but
yeah, the Last Jedi.
ultimately,
What's the Last Jedi is the second one of the
yeah.
trilogy, right?
The Force Awakens was the first one. That's the one where
That one was just okay. Okay,
it's
like
fine. It was basically like, what if we remade A New Hope
yeah.
with older Han Solo and older Carrie Fisher and Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
And like, all right, so then Last Jedi happens, and it's like a very original story, very different from any Star Wars movie, and people hate it. I understand why they do. I think the middle of the movie is very, very bad. But I thought that the Luke and Daisy Ridley story, the Rey story, was pretty good. But then everything J.J. Abrams conceived of in Rise of Skywalker was very, very bad.
Yeah, so Rise of the Skywalker is the third one. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, I meant to say, yeah, The Last Jedi was I like the action scenes a lot, man.
Yeah.
I mean, for me,
I thought visually it was one of the
yeah,
coolest Star Wars. It's like the
yeah,
dirt with the red that came up and the foxes that were made of like crystals and whatever. Visually, it was cool,
yeah.
but like everything in the last or Rise of Skywalker is just very, very bad. No, let's retcon Palpatine for some reason. Why?
Why?
Let's every big moment there's not even a single moment honestly that I'll ever like. I think of that movie in the same vein that I think of like episode 2 of Star Wars. It's the one where Anakin force manipulates Natalie Portman to bang him. And it's a very strange movie that I think is just not very good.
Yeah. I might rewatch them because I haven't seen that trilogy in like years because it's just
The
I
prequel
only
trilogy or the sequel trilogy?
I'm sorry, the newest trilogy, the one with the
Sequels.
yeah, the one with the 7 to 9, I guess.
Yeah.
I might rewatch that again because yeah, you're right, man. I love the last year, like the cinematography, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite scene, man, is when the fucking spoiler alert, when that like the purple hair lady fucking crashes the.
Yes.
I was like,
That and
wow,
they
that's
cut John Williams' score completely, so it's like the first really silent moment that you ever hear in Star Wars, and you're like, oh man, that's way out there and different and weird, and I loved
yeah,
it.
that was pretty cool. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's very interesting, but like ultimately, it's continuity errors and
Yeah,
created a very strange cross section of movies that it's just like, did you even have a plan here? Clearly not.
you're just winging it,
But then you watch The Mandalorian and you're like, man, why didn't you do this?
Fuck, man, I might have to get a Disney Plus now because
Oh, you've never seen the
no,
Mandalorian?
I
Not
I
at
saw
all.
the first season. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought season 2 was great.
yeah, because I need to, yeah, because there's a lot of shit now on Disney. I heard that. Do you hear about the Bad Batch? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not much of a like I mean I've seen Clone Wars, but like the Rebels series, which that it's I guess that's what it's based on.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
not a big fan.
It's not my bag.
Yeah, I heard good things about that. But yeah, they're putting
And
up.
then and then you have your Marvel series, which have all been very, very good there. I mean, my wife really loved WandaVision.
Yeah, I heard
Um,
great things about that.
I didn't really love Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Loki just came out. I haven't watched it yet.
You watched the Falcon and the Soldier? You didn't like
Yeah,
it?
it was all right.
Really?
Just all
It
right.
was all right. Okay. Yeah, I might have to get a Disney Plus. Because
Not to shill for them, but you also get like a ton of movies that they own now.
you're a
So
shield, man. Well, Star
and
Wars is there, right?
yeah, everything Star Wars, they now own it all. And everything Marvel, they pretty much have purchased, except for some of like the Netflix shows,
Yeah.
Netflix and Hulu shows. And then they also have, they own The Simpsons, so everything
Oh,
Simpsons is
that's
on there.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can just turn on The Simpsons, like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love The Simpsons, man. At least the first like 10 seasons or whatever.
You'd be
Yeah.
surprised; they have some really random shit on there.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So you're on the hype train, huh? For the Elden Ring.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
You gotta hit the thing, choo choo.
to me, it was a major announcement that I didn't expect from the E3 week.
Yeah, I didn't. I
So
completely like.
how
I've.
about that?
It's like what was that game? Remember the Microsoft was making a game like I think they had it like I feel like these people are so crazy that Like this is what happened. They completed the game and they were like, nah, fuck it. And they just like never released it. What was you know that game I'm talking about, right?
Um,
Dragon with a dragon scale.
I don't remember that one.
No, come on, man. Come
Nah.
on. Let me see. Dragon scale or something like that.
I just thought that maybe we get
Or
a
is it
Fable.
Unbound? Something dragon. Like they scalebound? Is it scalebound? Yeah, it's scalebound. You never heard about that one?
Nope. Looking it up now though.
If you look at it, it's got some like Elden Ring vibes, kind of.
Yeah.
Dude, in this game, like the trail, they had full like gameplay trailer. It looks kind of like Breath of the Wild, Xenoblade.
So then they
You know?
canceled it, and it's Platinum Games that made it. So
How ridiculous is that, man? Like
how do you cancel a game that was in production for 4 years?
I feel like I can guarantee you the game was like fucking
Pretty much done.
pretty much done, you know. Something happened, you know, it most probably was like some like ego like infighting there or something like that.
I wonder if
And
it's the type of fighting that results in like Nintendo and Microsoft battling for the rights to release it on their system.
yeah, I bet you 100% something like that happened. Um
I don't know. Microsoft is all about accessibility now, so I wouldn't
yeah,
be surprised if they released some type of major trailer for a lot of their big games. Maybe they'll come out with a release date for Fable, their new big game.
yeah, Fable, you play. I remember you used to play Fable,
Yeah.
right? That was like a
Yeah.
big one for you.
Yeah, and it'd be nice to have a much newer, because those were games that I always felt were like just not, they weren't there yet, but they were
Yeah.
almost there. So maybe one day.
Yeah, for sure. But then I think if you want, we can stop the podcast because I think we've been for like an hour or so now. I haven't. It. I don't know. What do you think? Like, would you like to do like maybe? Well, the only day I know I cannot do anything would be Sunday, but I think that's like a big day, right? For
We could do something on Tuesday and like do like a what happened at Nintendo type thing, and then like sort of recap the whole thing.
yeah, I kind of want to see because I have a Twitch account. I don't know how big
If
I
what time is it at? Hold on.
because I'm thinking something along
Do
the
like a
lines of
stream.
like doing like a live stream reaction.
Sure.
People
Let me
love
see
those.
what time is that presentation. June 15th. Oh, at 12 p.m. Yeah, we could do a Twitch if you wanted to.
Yeah, I just have to.
I'll be here.
I think the only thing I'm worried about is like the rights because I know they can take you down your stream.
So look into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it because the people were like, they were like just showing their faces for the fight on the Sunday, the Mayweather and Jake Paul fight, Logan
Yeah.
Paul. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they got copyright stuff.
Well, no, like they were just talking like we are right now, and people are, they're just like
They're just
reacting
watching the fight in the okay.
and bullshitting, yeah. And then like people are like, engaging and stuff like that. So perhaps, we'll be able to do that.
Sounds good.
Because I have this, I have the Twitch and also YouTube and Facebook Live. So
Yeah, man. We'll
it'll be
do it.
cool. I'm gonna ask Sal too if he like wants
It's
to
right at
join.
lunchtime, man. And I work
Yeah.
at home.
Okay. Just make sure like nobody hears about this where you they're gonna be like, your boss is gonna be, finally,
It's lunchtime, man.
it's lunchtime,
Taking a lunch.
he's gonna go and he might be a gamer You know, he's gonna be all right. Let's see what's going on in E3, and it's gonna be like Dan, like, yo, they announced Metroid Prime 4.
We'll see, man.
That'd be fun. I don't know. I'm just bullshitting. But thanks for joining, guys, and you know, we'll let you guys know because I can schedule that, you know. So I'll let you know then and stuff like the details, all right? I'll send you a
Sounds
message.
good.
All right, thank you guys. Bye bye.